Well, hello there, trombone players. Welcome to our new classroom. This, as I've said in Zoom, gives me a chance to work one-on-one instrumentally with you over the next 3 weeks, which is great. We're going to start putting together the pieces for our new piece, pieces of a puzzle for our new piece, which is Air and Dance by Bruce Pearson. You will have the PDF. As I said in the Zoom, it is a large PDF with all the parts. Make sure you find the one with trombone on it. But I'm also going to spend this time teaching you how to practice. We've talked a little bit about this in the past, which is why we have exercises like our that kind of stuff. Today we are focusing on long tones. That is going to give you the ability to control the way you sound. And I mean the color of your sound more than anything else. So, off the bat, as a brass player, your first responsibility is to warm up your buzz. And the first thing we're going to do is do it without a mouthpiece. How do I buzz without a mouthpiece, Mr. Callan? You use your lips. This is something we haven't worked on in class. You are going to take your lips, put it in your normal embouchure with your sides of your mouth really tight, the middle very tight, force air out through the middle and make this sound. If you're having trouble doing that, that's a little bit harder. It's a step up from just buzzing on the mouthpiece. Start doing a raspberry, which is this. Like making a horse sound. And once you're done giggling, you can unpause me and we can actually do it again and you can do it. So, while you are doing that, you are going to tighten your lips so that you end up buzzing at the exact same motion. Right? Might get a little spitty. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just don't do it while you're facing somebody. Once you have that buzz, put it on your mouthpiece. Go for the low B flat. Do. Do some slurs between your low and your high. Do your scale. Your first couple minutes, 2 to 5 minutes of your practice should just be buzzing. Once you have done that, you are going to work on long tones. Your long tones, we are going to go and find a metronome. You can get a metronome app on the App Store, on Google Play, just go to Google and Google the word metronome and a metronome comes up, right? So we are going to play 8 beats of every single note on the way up and down the scale. For the video, I will only do up. Now you're gonna play 8 beats of B flat and then rest for 8 beats, so you can take a breath. 8 beats of C, rest for 8 beats. 8 beats of D, rest for 8 beats, all the way up to your high B flat. I will demonstrate. After a couple notes, pause me and join me, and you'll know how it works. Ready? 1, 2. Find your C. Find your D. 5, 6, 7. If the metronome runs out, keep doing it. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your first 8 notes. If your metronome stops clicking, keep an internal metronome. It will catch up to you. It will start clicking again. So that's just up. I want you to go up and down. So when you practice that, it should take 5 to 10 minutes. That's your first 15 minutes of your practice right there. The next 15 will be piece practice. So once you are in there and warmed up, you might actually want to do this before you warm up, but tune. Find a tuner app on iOS or on Android. You are going to take it and you are going to play your high and low B flat. Make sure you're pretty much in tune. I'm a little sharp, so I'm going to take my tuning slide and push out just a tiny bit and try it again. Sometimes tuners have a hard job telling the lower notes, so go with your high B flat if the tuner's going all spazzy. Now, things you'll notice about this piece immediately. We are not in B flat anymore. That is a different key signature. We have B flat, E flat, and A flat, which makes it the key signature of E flat major. I'll tell you now, this piece isn't a minor key, it's in C minor, but the key signature has 3 flats, which means your A, which is normally in second position, will now move to being an A flat, which is in third position right at the bell. The low A flat is in the same position. And you do have low A flats right there. So, right? That A flat. Anytime you see an A in the music, it is now an A flat because of the key signature. Apologies, trombone players. My SD card filled up, so I just needed to cut the video right there. We were just talking about playing that note consistently. You are going to be playing a lot of the same rhythms, a lot of the same notes until this happens, which looks more like a melody, but we'll talk about that in a second. This first 2.5 lines, not the melody, clearly. It's why it's marked piano. So you are going to play it as softly as possible, and then these little black lines underneath every single note are there for a reason. They are telling you that all of these notes are connected. You are not supposed to be playing it like it's supposed to be connected, make it sound like. So you're still tonguing between every note. They're not whole notes, but you are not just going da, 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 da. It's all da, 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 light tongue. So I am going to play from measure 1 all the way to measure 33, which is your homework today, and then we will play it with the recording. So about 80 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready. mistake right there. I played a half note, but then I compensated for it by playing 6 beats of this, so the time should line up. Just know that these are only 4 beats each. Pay attention to the phrase markings. They mean keep it together. Again, don't detach. And for trombone, it's especially hard to keep C and B flat attached to each other, because they're all the way away from each other. The best thing you can do is master your tonguing for that. You can't just slide to your B flat. That would be really messy. So you do need to tongue. But you can make sure that tongue is as light as possible and move your slide quickly. Otherwise, it's going to sound like. And that's not a phrase. Now, let us play this once with the recording, and then I will send you on your way to practice. I will begin at measure 3, just because I have to press play on the recording. Ready? Where the piece goes on to its next section. Your homework this week is to record the first 33 measures of this piece up until where I stopped, right at 33. You can record it either with a metronome at 80 beats per minute, or you can record it with the recording on Spotify or YouTube that I've shared with you. I'm going to be on Google Chat, on Gmail. If you have any questions about this, it'll be normal procedures, same way we use Google Classroom, uploading your videos. Zip me a message if you do have any questions, and have fun with this. This is actually a really fun piece to be able to play along to. And the bread and butter of trombones and any low brass instrument is those big, powerful low notes. So really enjoy digging into those and rounding out your tone. Good luck.